Hey guys, it's Nick with Huisen Furniture, and today we're going to be putting together our Better Homes and Gardens Ludlow 47-inch desk. Before we get started, we want to make sure that there's no damage to any of our parts and that we have all our parts. We also want to make sure we have all our hardware. If you have damage to a part, or missing some parts, or you're missing hardware, please refer to our number on our manual and we'll get you taken care of. First off, we want to make sure we have our A top panel, our B left side panel, our C right side panel, our D partition board, our E support panel, our F back panel. Then we've got our G and H front panels, our two I's, which are our left drawer side panels, our two J's are our right drawer side panels. We've got our two K's, the drawer back panels, and then we've got our two L's over here, which are our drawer bottom panels, and then our two M's, which are our drawer support panels. Then want to refer back to your manual for all your hardware. Go ahead and count out your hardware. Make sure you have all your hardware. If you have all your hardware, there's no damage to any of your parts. All your parts are here. You're good to assemble. For step one, we're going to take our 10 cam bolt 2s. These are our bigger cam bolts. There's a smaller cam bolt. There's 2 of those. So we're going to take 10 of these bigger cam bolts. We're going to take our Phillips head screwdriver and we're going to insert these into our A top panel. In this A top panel, there's a bigger and a smaller hole all around the A top panel. The bigger holes are for wooden dowels later on in assembly. Right now, we're going to fill in the smaller holes with our bigger cam bolts. You want to make sure you insert these straight up and down. You don't want them hanging off to the side. And always refer back to your manual. Make sure you're inserting your cam bolts in the right place. But there should only be 2 size holes on this panel, so the smaller hole takes the cam bolts. Once you have your 10 cam bolts in, you should be good with step 1. For step 2, we're going to need 4 cam lock 1s. These are our bigger cam locks. You have 2 smaller cam locks. So 4 of the bigger cam locks. You're going to need 8 cam bolt 2s. These are our bigger cam bolts again. Need 8 of those. We're going to need 4 wooden dowel 1s. You got the thicker wooden dowels. You got some thinner wooden dowels. You need 4 of the thicker ones. And then we also need 4 floor protectors. And these are going to be going in our B and C side panels. Start over here on our C. First, we're going to put cam locks into our cam lock holes at the top of our board here. You're going to make sure those cam locks are pressed in all the way, and that the plus and minus, there's a plus and minus on the cam lock. You want to make sure the plus and minus is facing the pre-drilled hole on the side of the board. So they're pressed in all the way, facing the pre-drilled hole. Then we're going to put cam bolts in. We need 4 for each panel. You've got smaller holes and bigger holes on this board. We're going to put the cam bolts in the smaller hole. And then we're also going to put 2 wooden dowels into the sides of our boards. There's an inner hole and an outer hole. The outer hole is the cam lock hole, so we're going to put these wooden dowels in the inner hole. And then we've got to put our floor protectors on. These are going to go on the bottom of our board. You're going to need a hammer for this. And you want to space these from in the middle of your screw to the outside of the board. So there's going to be a floor protector right here and right here. Hammer those down. Okay, and that should be good for your C side panel. Now we're going to do everything that we just did to our C side panel, to our B side panel. Cam locks in. Pressed all the way down. Plus and minus facing the pre-drilled holes. Wooden dowels in the inner holes. Cam bolts in your smaller holes. Once cam bolts are in, put our floor protectors in. Okay, once your floor protectors are on, you should be good with step 2. For step 3, we're going to be taking 2 drawer slides and we're going to be inserting these in our B and C side panels. This is our C side panel that we're working on right now. And you're also going to need 6 screw 5s and your Phillips head screwdriver. We want to start off by undoing our drawer slide. There should be a black tab on the back. You want to press that one way or the other and unattach this part of the drawer slide. We're going to do that with both slides. Black tab, release. Okay, these boards have 3 pre-drilled holes in them already. We're going to take the side of our drawer slide that has the black back stopper on it, and we're going to put it on the side of the panel with the 2 cam bolts that are spaced out. So the back stops on this side. We're going to line up our pre-drilled holes. This first pre-drilled hole should go into the second hole, the smaller hole that you see. We're going to go ahead and screw that in with one of our screw 5s. And then for your other pre-drilled holes, you're going to have to move the drawer slide around to find them. There's one. So 3 screws in this. Once you got your 3 screws in your drawer slide, you should be ready for your other drawer slide. We're going to be putting it on our B side panel. Continuing in step 3, we're going to insert our drawer slide in our B side panel. So we're going to take the black back stopper on the drawer slide and we're going to put it on the side with the 2 cam bolts that are spaced out. And we're going to go ahead and screw into our first pre-drilled hole in that second small hole on our drawer slide. And then we're going to move our drawer slide around, find our other pre-drilled holes. Once those 6 screws are in for your B and C side panel, that should be good for step 3. For step 4, we're going to need 4 cam lock 1s. We're going to be inserting these into our D partition board. Got the 4 cam lock holes. We're going to insert these. We're going to make sure the plus and minus are facing the pre-drilled holes. So the plus and minus on the cam locks need to be facing the pre-drilled holes that go with that particular hole. Pre-drilled hole. There's step 4. For step 5, we're going to need a drawer slide and we're going to need 3 screw number 5s. We're going to start off by taking apart our drawer slide. You want to find your black tab, press on it, release your drawer slide. And then we're going to make sure our black back stopper is toward the side of the 2 cam locks. We're going to line up our pre-drilled holes. We want to line up this first hole with the second small hole on your drawer slide from the back stopper. Go ahead and put a screw in. Then find your other pre-drilled holes. Get screws in them. Once those 3 screws are in, should be good with step 5. For step 6, we're going to be putting our final drawer slide on the other side of our D partition board. You want to start off by taking your drawer slide apart, find your black tab, take it apart. When inserting this on your D partition board, you want to make sure your black back stoppers are on the same side. So we're just going to flip this over, make sure our black back stopper's on this side. And instead of screwing into that second small hole like we have been, we're going to screw into the first oval hole on this final one in step 6. And we've got our screw number 5s, 3 of them. Go ahead and put your screw in. Find your other pre-drilled holes. Once those 3 screws are in, should be good with step 6. And there's your D partition board. For step 7, we're going to need 4 wood dowel 1s. So the thicker dowels, we need 4 of those. We're just going to be putting these into our D partition board. We're going to make sure we put these in the right holes. You don't want to put these dowels in the cam lock holes. So make sure you're not putting them in the cam lock hole. We're going to put one everywhere else that there's a pre-drilled hole. That's not a cam lock hole. We got one over here. And there's your 4 dowels in your D partition board. For step 8, we're going to need 8 cam lock 1s. We're going to need 2 cam bolt 2s. And we're going to need 6 dowel 1s, the thicker dowel. You're also going to need your Phillips head screwdriver. We're going to be inserting these in our F panel. Start off by taking your cam locks, putting them in the 8 holes that are on the surface of this board. Making sure that the plus and the minus on the cam lock is facing each of the pre-drilled holes. Now we're going to put in our cam bolts. You got 3 holes right here. There's 2 smaller holes and then there's a bigger hole. That's going to be for a dowel, the bigger hole. So the 2 smaller holes, we're going to put our cam bolts in. Now we've got our 6 dowels that we need to put into the sides of our boards. We need to make sure we put them into the holes that aren't with the cam locks. So here, this is a cam lock hole. It's got a cam lock with it. This one doesn't. We're going to put a wood dowel in there. Cam lock hole, cam lock hole, cam lock. And then we got ones on the sides. Cam lock hole. This is a cam lock. And 2 more on this side. But you got your dowels, your cam locks, and your cam bolts into your F panel, and then you should be good for step 8. For step 9, we're going to need 4 cam lock ones, and we're going to need 2 wood dowel ones, the thicker wooden dowel. We're going to be putting these into our E panel. You've got your 4 cam lock holes on both ends, 2 on each. We're going to make sure the plus and minus is facing the pre-drilled hole on the sides. And then you've got wood dowel holes in the middle of your cam lock holes. You want to put your wood dowels in there on both sides. Once you got your cam locks in, your wood dowels, good with step 9. For step 10, we're going to be inserting our D partition board onto our F panel. You're going to need your Phillips head screwdriver for this. You want to set your F panel up to where your 2 cam bolts are towards the ground. And how you want to attach this, you're going to make sure your 2 cam locks are on the bottom, towards the bottom of the F panel, and that your back stoppers on your D partition board are facing the side of the panel. And we're just going to attach our cam bolts to our cam locks here. And then we're just going to tighten those 2 cam locks. And that's step 10. For step 11, we're going to be attaching our E panel onto our D partition board. We're going to be using 2 screw 1s for this. When you put this panel on, you want to make sure your 4 cam locks are facing up. We've got a dowel hole here that's going to attach to this dowel right here. And then we've got 2 screw holes, 2 screw holes here. Line up your dowel and get your 2 screw 1s in. Make sure to not lean on this E panel or else you could get some damage. Just want to be real careful. Once those 2 screws are in, should be good with step 11. For step 12, we're going to be attaching our B and C side panels onto our F and E panels. You're just going to need your Phillips head screwdriver for this. And actually, I'm going to have to switch the B and C side panels. The B gets attached over here and the C over there. When you're attaching these, you want to line up your cam bolts with your cam locks. And you want to make sure your cam locks, the plus and minuses, are facing the pre-drilled holes so that your cam bolts can fit in. Best way to do this, line up your cam bolts into your E panels first, just a little bit, and then try to get your other cam bolts into your F panel. Should all slide on there like that. Once you got it together, you want to go ahead and tighten down your cam locks. Should have 4. Okay, once those are tightened, you're ready for the other side panel. Plus and minuses are all good. Try to. Once it's together, tighten your cam locks. Once all 8 of your cam locks are secured, should be good with step 12. Step 13, we're going to be attaching our A-top panel to the top of our unit. You want to place your unit upright in the normal position. And then all we're going to do is line up our cam bolts, all of our cam bolts, with our cam lock holes, as well as our dowel holes with our dowels. Should all fall in. Once all those are in, then you want to go ahead and take your Phillips head screwdriver, go inside the unit, tighten all your cam locks. You should have 8 different cam locks to tighten. You've got 1, 2, 3 in this left section. You've got 2 in this D partition board, and then you've got 3 more in this section. So 8 cam locks in total. Once you got all those cam locks tightened down, you should be good with step 13. Step 14, we're going to need our 2 handles, and we're going to need 4 screw 3s. We're going to be putting these handles into our G and H boards. With these G and H boards, you've got a slot on both of them. These are the bottom of the board. That's where your bottom panel of your drawer goes. These are the fronts of the drawers. Here's the other side. How we want to insert these handles, we want to make sure that there's a bigger lip on this handle and then there's a smaller lip. We want to make sure the bigger lip is facing the top of the drawer. So if this is the bottom, then this is going to be the top. So big lip on top. Those should give you 2 screw inserts once that handle fits in there. You want to go ahead and just put your 2 screws in. It's easier if you press against the handle while you try to get the screw in. So bigger lip towards the top. We do that with the other one as well. Got the slot, so this is the bottom, this is the top. Bigger lip on top. Each 2 screws in. Once your 4 screws are in, your handle should be good to go. There's your 2 front drawers, fronts of your drawers. For step 15, we're going to need 2 cam bolt 1s. We're going to need 4 plastic connectors, and we're going to need 4 screw 4s. We're going to be connecting the connectors and putting in our cam bolts into the G and H panels. I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 cam bolts in. Each panel has two pre-drilled holes in the middle of the panel. You want to go ahead and put your cam bolt in the right side hole. Same thing over here in the right pre-drilled hole. These boards also have pre-drilled holes over on the sides of them. That's where we're going to attach our plastic connectors. These plastic connectors have a hole. That's where you're going to put your screw into your pre-drilled hole. You want to make sure your plastic inserts are facing the outside of the board. Take your screw 4s, put those in. Make sure your plastic inserts on your connectors are facing the right way. Once your cam bolts and your plastic connectors are in, you should be good with step 15. For step 16, we're going to need 2 cam lock 2s and 2 wooden dowel 2s. We're going to be inserting these into our M support panels. These smaller cam locks have an arrow on them instead of a plus and minus. You're going to make sure that arrow is facing your pre-drilled hole on the side. Then there's a hole next to your cam lock hole. You want to go ahead and insert your wooden dowels into that hole. Once you got your cam locks in and your wooden dowels in, you should be good with step 16. These are your M support panels. Step 17, we're going to be putting our drawers together. We're going to need 8 screw 5s and our Phillips head screwdriver. You want to make sure you have your G and H front drawer panels. You need to make sure you have your J, M, and I. These need to be in the right order or else you're going to have issues down the road in assembly. So J, M, I. Same over here. J, M, I. We're going to go ahead and start by lining up our slots of our boards. Then we're going to connect to our plastic connectors in the 2 holes in our side panels. We're going to go ahead and put those screws in. You do this on both sides. Make sure your slots on the insides of your panels are lining up. then we're also going to put our M support panel on. You got your cam lock that's going to match up with your cam bolt. You're going to make sure the cam lock is facing down. And then you've got your wooden dowel that's going to go into your wooden dowel hole. Go ahead and connect that. Once that's together, go ahead and tighten your cam lock. Now we're going to repeat for the other drawer. Make sure you got the right panel on the right side. This is your J panel. Other side. Make sure it's lined up the right way. We're going to put our M support panel on, cam lock facing down. Make sure your cam lock is facing the right way first. And then tighten your cam lock. And there's the start of your two drawers. Should be good with step 17 now. For step 18, we're going to be inserting our part L's. These are the bottoms of our drawers. You want to go ahead and stand your drawers upright. You want to make sure your finished side is going to be showing when you open your drawer. So you want the unfinished side facing the bottom. We're going to line these up in our J and I panels in our slots here. And we want to make sure that the M panel is on the bottom. So we're going to slide this in front of the M panel. Should just slide right in there. Do this for the other side as well. Finish side, upright. Line up in your J and I panels. Slide it in front of your M panel. There you go. And there's your drawers with the bottoms on them. Should be good with step 18 now. For step 19, we're going to start to attach our K panels onto our drawers. These are the backs of our drawers. You want to make sure you've got 4 screw number 2s. We're going to go ahead and line up our slots with our bottom panel of our drawers. And then we're going to go ahead and put in 2 screws into this M support panel. We're going to do this for our other drawer as well. Line up your slots with your bottom panel. Make sure you can see the holes in the M panel. You're going to get that lined up properly. So we've started to put our Ks on the backs of our drawers. You should be good with step 19. For step 20, we're going to finish attaching our K panels for the backs of our drawers. You're going to need 8 screw number 2s. Got 2 screw holes on each side of these drawers. Going to go ahead and make sure we're lined up with our pre-drilled holes in our K panel, and then we're going to screw in through our side panels. Make sure you're lined up. We're going to do this for each side. Going to do this for the other drawer as well. Make sure your holes are lined up. Once you have your 8 screw 2s in, should be good with step 20. For step 21, we're going to take our drawer slides that we took apart earlier in assembly, and we're going to attach them to the sides of our drawers. You've got 3 pre-drilled holes on the sides of each of these side panels. You've got a lip on this drawer slide. You want to make sure you put the lip on the side of the front of the drawer. So here's the front of the drawer. So we're going to put the lip on this side. And we want to line this first pre-drilled hole with the first hole of this drawer slide. It's the oval hole. And you also need your 12 screw 5s. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 screw in. And screw in your other 2 screws. Going to do this for each side of our drawer. So we've got the lip on this side. It's going to go towards the front of the drawer. First pre-drilled hole with the first oval hole of this drawer slide. Put that screw in. Find your other pre-drilled holes. And then we're going to do this for our other drawer as well. So we got the lip on the drawer slide, going to go towards the front of the drawer. Going to screw into the first oval hole of the drawer slide into our first pre-drilled hole. Lip of the drawer slide towards the front of the drawer. First oval hole of the drawer slide with the first pre-drilled hole. Once your 12 screws are in, should be good with step 21. Your drawer should be complete. For step 22, our final step, we're going to put in our drawers and back into our drawer slides. So you want to take the ends of these drawer slides on your drawers and connect them into your black part of your drawer slides. You're going to do this on both sides. Make sure you get a good connection. Then it should just slide right in. We can do this for the other one. I'm gonna take the ends of our drawer slides, connect them in the black part of our other drawer slides. And it should just slide right in. And that's step 22. Alright guys, this is your Better Homes and Gardens Ludlow 47-inch desk. Thanks for watching. Hope this helped.